Yes, children. So, political maturity, that means democracy becomes an integral part of social life only if it is actually practiced. People have direct representation in parliament, state legislature, and local government. Free and fair elections are conducted at regular intervals in India. It is an important indicator of India's democracy. Understood? It is an important indicator of India's successful democracy. Citizens cast their votes weighing the public issues and policies related to it. The increasing participation of people in the political arena shows success of Indian democracy. See, increasing participation, that means awareness to give their vote. What is the importance of vote? Why the people they should cast their vote? That awareness should be there, and that is the indicator of political maturity. See, unless we are not having that maturity, that casting vote is our right, that is very important right of human being, any citizen of country, we cannot understand the meaning of democracy. So first, we are supposed to understand that democracy is a very integral part of our social life, and casting vote is another fundamental and the first fundamental right of our country, of our people, of our citizen. The increasing participation of people should be there, because unless the people they are not participating in political process, they are not going to aware what is happening in our political arena. So that is very important. So for that, our government after 21 years, after 20 years, they reduce the age to 18 years, so that the future generation or the younger generation will have the participation to give vote. They will understand that what is the right and why they should be included in political process. There should be transparency, and that maturity, political maturity, that should be inculcated by having this right to vote. So first we'll see that right to vote, why it is important, why this voting right is given to the people of having 18 years of age. And we should understand the meaning that during the election time, during the voting time, everybody should participate. The democratic system in India is based on principle of adult suffrage. That means the voting right is given equally to men and women both. See, here we are talking about right of equality. It doesn't mean that the men they are going for voting and women they are left behind at their house. No, everybody is having that right. Right of equality is there. So voting right is equally given to both adult, that is men and women. Earlier the age of vote was 21 years. Later it was reduced to 18 years. As the age limit was lowered from 21 to 18, it provided the unrepresented youth of the country an opportunity to become part of the political process. So already I told you that in order to include those young generation, they should include in the political process, so that for that their voting age was reduced. It increased the scope of democracy by including the youth of country, thus making the largest democracy in the world. So already we know, I already told you in your previous classes that India is the largest democratic country in the world because of the participation of the maximum percentage of young generation in political process. Understood? So this young generation participation is very important. So here make this point that why India is having this tag that India is the largest democratic country in the world, because we are including the young generation in our voting system or in our election process. The change which came with the largest number of voters is quantitative as well as qualitative. The political parties emerge with active support of new young voters, representing different expectations of the people and also leading to competition in the political sphere. So it is very important that political parties emerge with active support. Now we can see in our political scenario, if we will take the example of present political system, political scene, we can see so many young leaders are there, very young, energetic, and they are having very new innovative ideas which they are having. Because of their innovative ideas, we can take example and we can implement for the development of our country. So their inclusion or the future generation or young generation, their inclusion is very important, because we are already largest democratic country in the world. and to understand the meaning of political maturity, understanding the meaning of democracy, their inclusion in our political system is very important. So it is very clear that political parties with young generation will represent our country and they will have innovative ideas. Now coming to your next point, it is decentralization of democracy. Decentralization of democracy means the power is divided among various groups. Understood? It is not concentrated on a particular group. Indian constitution divided the power between center, state, local. See, already when I was teaching you civics in your previous classes, I told you that our government is divided, or it is having three parts, that is union, state and local. Understood? So for the convenience of the government, for the convenience of the ruling party of the government, the process is totally divided into various sectors. That is Indian constitution, or it is decentralization of democracy. That means it is the power of division. It is, we can say, the power of division is here. Indian constitution divided the power between center, state and local self-government governing bodies. It is called decentralization of power. Understood? That means power is not concentrated on a particular area or a sector. It is divided into various sectors. The provision of decentralization is embedded with the directive principle of state policy. It helps in curbing misuse of power and allows common people's participation. Understood? That means decentralization controls the misuse of power and also creates opportunity for political parties for the common people. Say misuse of power. See, it is very common that we know that whenever I ask you anything, that tell me what do you mean by corruption. So first, whenever we utter corruption, in our mind, political scenario there, politics. That means he is doing politics, he must be corrupted, or he is corrupt, he is full of corruption. So this word corruption, misuse of power, it is everything is very common in any type of political scenario. So here we are not supposed to have this misuse of power. For that, in our constitution, it is given the provision that the decentralization or the division of power should be there. It should not be concentrated on a particular sector. So participation for the common people is very important. For that, the secrecy or the transparency or the link between common people and political party or the government should be there. Link government, political parties and people. There should be link. Unless there is no link, the common people are not going to understand what is happening in our country, what is the political process. They will be not aware of any type of such things. The directive principles of state policy include the provision for democratic decentralization. One such important provision is regarding empowering the local self-government, make genuine democratic governments a reality. That means local governing body. That means our local government or municipality or local government for any district. So many districts are there in our country. So every district is having their local self-governing body, which is having the power in that particular area or district, which is very important because one person cannot handle the whole political scenario. After independence, several attempts were made towards democratic decentralization. One such important attempt is 73rd and 74th Amendment to Indian Constitution, which gave a constitutional status to local self-government institutions and also increased their powers. So 73rd and 74th, very important line. This will be in your fill in the blanks, underline this line. The 73rd and 74th Amendment to Indian Constitution gave status to local self-governing institutions and also increased their power. That means they are having the power to rule over their particular district or particular area. Understood? So, which will ensure transparency and accountability, which are hallmarks of good governance. Understood? That means transparency. The people will able to know that what is going on.